Hello, church family. This is Jenny recording the first part of my testimony. It all began for me when I was a youth and a member of a church youth club called the St Faith's Young Communicants Guild. Our youth leader was a very handsome, charismatic curate called David. He later rose for the church until just before his death 2 years ago, he became a canon at Salisbury Cathedral. My first meeting with David was just a couple of days after my family moved to Havant in Hampshire. As we sorted through our mini boxes and unpacked, the front door bell rang. "Mum," said my brother, "there's a man at the door and he looks just like Jesus." We all moved in the direction of the front door, and there on the doorstep stood a man who, dressed in a long black cassock and a clerical collar, and with his fashionably long dark hair and beard, did indeed look just like Jesus. "Hello," he said, "my name is David Slater. I live at number 5, and I just came to say welcome to Havant." At this time, I was just 14. I'd been brought up as a Catholic and had, until the move, attended a girls' convent school. My father was Catholic and my mother a non-believer, but who had agreed on marriage to bring her children up in the Catholic faith. It transpired that David was not only a near neighbour, but he taught RE at the non-denominational grammar school that my brother and I were to attend, and he ran a youth club in the town, which we both joined. My father was not impressed by the Catholic Church, the clergy, or the services that we found in our new place, and he soon stopped cajoling us to join him until he himself no longer went to church. This was lucky, really, because I soon became very involved with the Anglican Church, where David was a curate and an active member of the youth club. A year later, I became the chairperson of the youth club, and I was featured in the Daily Express, who wrote an article headed "Roman Catholic Youth Leads the Way in the Ecumenical Union of Churches." Although confirmed into the Catholic Church a couple of years previously, I began taking communion at the Anglican Church. I loved the services, which were conducted in a very friendly English rather than the incomprehensible Latin which I'd been brought up with, and I rejoiced in the singing of hymns, something which my Catholic Church upbringing had sadly lacked. David was a very outdoorsy person, and a feature of youth club life was that he organised and led many trips to Wales, where our local education authority had a house for visiting groups to use as a base for residential and outdoor pursuits. One February half-term, a group of us went there with him and faced the challenge of sleeping out in small bivouac tents for a few nights. Wales is not known for its sunny, warm climate in February, and I think it rained solidly for the whole week, as well as being really, really cold. On the final afternoon, happy to have rolled up our soggy tents, we all piled into the minibus for our long drive home. "Why don't we stop off at Wells Cathedral?" suggested David. "We'll just make it in time for evensong." "No," we all protested. "We want to get home. We need hot baths and comfy beds and our mum's home cooking." As we walked through the doors of Wells Cathedral, I heard the most beautiful sound, a solo violin playing part of the Bruch Violin Concerto. It was the great Yehudi Menuhin practicing for a concert that evening. I was transported by the sound he produced, and I truly believe that this was not only the beginning of my love affair with classical music, it was the beginning of a long association with Wells, where I've taken parties of school children, attended orchestral and choral concerts, sung in the annual Somerset Sings carols, and more recently witnessed both Alison's prebendal service and Curate Keith's ordination service. Wells Cathedral for me is a very spiritual place, a place where I can truly connect with my faith and where Yehudi Menuhin embodied for me the message of Ephesians 5, verse 19. Speaking to one another with psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit, sing and make music from your heart to the Lord. That's it.